Good. So thanks, guys, so much for joining us on the call tonight. Really appreciate the fact that you're spending a Monday night with me again instead of in front of MasterChef. As I said, tonight we're going to focus on 3 topics. So 3 topics in 30 minutes, 10 minutes each. Firstly, I'm going to look at the 90-day game plan and the value in doing a 90-day game plan for yourself. Then we're going to talk about my 10 top tips to starting your franchisee the right way to get them really hitting the ground running. And then the third, probably the bit we'll spend the most amount of time on is the customer portal and how you can use the customer portal to really promote and provide great customer service for your customers. So let's start by looking at the 90-day game plan. So it was at the beginning of 2006. In fact, it was the end of 2015 when I decided that I needed a kick in the pants with my business. I was kind of just languishing as a national marketing director, very comfortable in my management mode, very comfortable putting on little events and having online events and, you know, sitting down and teaching franchisees. But I wasn't in growth mode. I wasn't in active mode. And I was, consequent to that, pretty disappointed with where my business was going each month. It was completely stagnating. And in fact, I was losing franchisees. So in December of 2015, I listened to a webinar or a YouTube video that John Holowati had put together on the importance of doing a 90-day game plan, which is exactly what he did when he kind of restarted his business after about 6 months of doing nothing. And if any of you have heard that YouTube video by John, he talks about how nothing happened for the first 63 days, and on day 64 he got his first customer. And now look at the man, multi-millionaire, 7-figure earner. So there's great value in doing a 90-day game plan. So I sat down with myself and looked at my 4 areas of belief. So belief in self, belief in the product, belief in the company, and belief in the industry. And I looked at where my weaknesses were, and I realized that my one big weakness was my belief in the industry. So I spent the majority of the Christmas holidays listening to MLM Nation, reading GoPro, reading My 4-Year Career, listening to Richard Blissbrook and Network Marketing Heroes, and just completely learning about the network marketing industry. And I learned some amazing things, which I know all of you guys know now. But it was on the back of doing that I set myself a goal. And I set myself a 90-day game plan such that by April, I wanted to have achieved an outcome. And that outcome was to increase my business substantially. What I achieved in that 90 days was more than I ever imagined. I actually ended up tripling my check. So in that 90 days, I went from a 4-figure check to a 5-figure check. And it was mind-blowing to think that a simple concept of deciding what I wanted at the end of April and then reverse engineering that. So figuring out, well, what did I have to do each month to get to that point? For me to get to those things each month, what did I have to do each week? And then for me to get to those goals each week, what did I have to do each day? And so I was a believer. I was a believer from that moment about the importance of a 90-day game plan. So guys, if you're kind of in no man's land right now, if you're not moving towards something or you're not quite sure what that goal is and over what sort of time length you need to hit that, then I'd suggest you look seriously at starting a 90-day game plan for yourself on the 1st of June. June, July, August. So the whole of winter, you could set yourself a 90-day game plan such that by the first day of spring, you have hit your goal. And here's the amazing thing. If you make that a stretch goal, if you make that a goal that's actually slightly beyond your reach, you will amaze yourself at what you can achieve. So you guys will all find in the file section of Hunters and Gatherers, a document that says 90-day plan final version. That's a template that you can use to set your goal. And so a couple of the titles on that piece of paper say, what is your goal for the next 3 months? So it might be that you want to hit the next level. You might be an SDVF and you want to hit sales coordinator by the 1st of September. You can start tomorrow. You can draw a line in the sand and you can say, right, in the next 3 months from where I am right now, I'm going to do a restart and hit sales coordinator by the 1st of September. It might be that you're a 3 club and you want to be a 12 club. So you have to sense and figure out where you're going to get those 9 extra club members in your current organization. It might be that you want to go from being 3 or 4 customers to a qualified business of 20 to 30 customers. So whatever it is that you think is achievable for you in the next 90 days, think about what that is, and then I want you to stretch for something more. So if you're planning on getting 20 to 30 customers, I want you to aim for 30 to 40. If you're aiming for a 12 club business, why not aim for a 24 club? If you're wanting to hit sales coordinator, why not aim for senior sales coordinator? Make a little stretch for yourself and see what it is that you're capable of achieving, because I know that everybody on here will shock the crap out of themselves when they actually realize that they can achieve so much more. And then sit down with someone that you admire, sit down with one of your success leaders and figure out what it is that you have to do over these next 3 months in order to achieve that goal that you've set for yourself. So the second segment on this piece of paper is who do I need support from, and in what format? Am I going to be needing them to help with 3-way calls? Do I need them to help with coaching calls? Do I need them to be helping me with events? Who are you going to need help from in supporting you from? And then how are you going to achieve those goals? So, how many events are you going to need to be going to or attending or putting on yourself each month in order to achieve those goals? How many people are you going to be talking to? How many of those boxes on your 30 and 30 grid are you needing to fill out in order to get the contacts, to get the numbers to build your business? So come back month by month, figure out what you have to do in June, what you have to do in July, and then what you have to do in August to hit that goal. And then my suggestion is tell somebody. Tell somebody who really matters to you, because when you tell somebody what that goal is, you become accountable to them and you become accountable to yourself. So I know that Yasmin, Judy, Curtis, and a couple of the other Singapore team have set up a Voxer group. They've called it Stretch Squad. They have reached out on Hunters and Gatherers Voxer group to anyone who wants to join them. And if you didn't get that Voxer message and you'd like to, please send me a message or make the commitment right now and write in the chat, and I can get you guys in contact, because they've started that Stretch Squad. They're committing to each other of what it is that they're wanting to achieve, and they're moving forward as a group. And I know that there are people on here tonight who have participated in 90-day game plans before and have had really solid results. I also know that there are people on here who have committed to 90-day game plans before and it hasn't quite worked out for them. That's okay. It's okay, because you can turn around and look at that experience that you had and say, what could I do better that I didn't do last time? What's my new goal going to be? Because you can always draw a line in the sand and start again. So if you're really keen to be moving forward in your business, pull up that 90-day final version PDF document, download it and start to fill it out, and think about starting on your 90-day game plan from the 1st of June. You'll be amazed at what we can do. My suggestion to all of you would be to make a plan to get 1,000 points in June, or a brand new franchisee in your front line to their DVF, and you achieve that, and you'll be on the most amazing call on the 3rd of July that you will ever have the opportunity. So you could make that the first step. And of course, with every 90-day game plan, you've got to have a reward at the end. So for me, at the end of April, it was the opportunity to commit to taking my family on a holiday. And so that's what we did last year. And to have my family buy into that goal, to have my kids. So the times when maybe mummy had to go out and do an event or mummy had to get on a call, it was always about referring back to that goal that we'd set together as a family. And it's so much easier when everybody is on board and everyone has buy-in to the goal. So, think about what it is you're going to reward yourself with. Might be a trip to the American conference in November with Bronnie and I. So that's a 90-day game plan. Think seriously about doing it. Fantastic, Sarah. Awesome. You're keen for Stretch Squad. Fantastic. Reach out to me on Voxer if you're already on Voxer. And I can connect you guys. Anyone else who's keen, just let me know. So next I want to talk a little about how to start a virtual franchisee the right way. Now, there is no absolute right way to start a franchisee other than you just got to start them right. And I think one of the most important aspects of starting a franchisee the right way is to actually commit to them. When you invite somebody to join this business, you invite them into the vision, you invite them into a dream that they have, and it's important for us to remain their dream keepers. So if I can encourage you all to be to do the right thing by the people that you're inviting into this business and walk with them side by side until they've hit their 90-day game plan, until they've hit the goal that they've set for themselves for the first 3 months. How do you start out? Well, everyone's slightly different, but I think it's really important to sit down with your brand new franchisee and figure out what it is that they want to achieve. What are their expectations? How much time do they want to spend on this? What is their bigger dream? And keep that dream sacred and close to your heart, because there will be times in this business when it's hard and you will need to remind them of why they're doing this business. So that's one of the first most important things that you must do. The second thing that you must do is that you must introduce them to the concept of the bonus fast track system. There should be no one in your team that does not know that they have the opportunity to fast track their business and earn bonuses. And if that's what they decide to do, then it's your job to keep them accountable to that vision of what they are wanting to achieve. So it's really important that you sit down and you walk them through the fast track bonus system, which, you know, you can come to a Tuesday night event or watch one of the Design Your Life events, or even better, get them on Road to SDVF and show them what they have to do to fast track their business in the first 40 days. Always invite them to diarise 3 events. These are 3 launch events. Now, I always say 3 within the first 40 days. If they want to go really hard, it could be 3 in the first week. But you really want those in the diary by the time their application is in, ready to go, because that's what they're going to be working towards. Have them develop some launch system on social media so that you can encourage them to start using social media from the outset. And we've got all sorts of tools now to teach people how to use social media, including our YouTube video that we did with Caitlin Field last year. Encourage them to complete a memory jogger and a dream team list, an active candidate list, whatever you want to call it. Just start writing names down, because that's where they're going to start. That's where they're going to start and feel most comfortable talking about the product and practicing talking about their business. And then you're going to work through that list with them, how they're going to approach it. Make sure that you've spent time putting together a product and business story. What I'm noticing in a lot of teams now is people are rambling when they're talking about their stories. It's taking people 5, even 10 minutes to tell their product and their business story. Your product and your business story needs to be no more than a minute in length. It needs to be very structured. It needs to be well rehearsed, and you need to duplicate this with your team. So guys, that's really important. I want to start hearing stories that are short and snappy and powerful and emotional and visual. I don't want to start hearing stories that go on for 5 and 10 minutes, because people will turn off. So really start to hone in on teaching your team product and business stories. Hillary's fantastic at this. She's got the template down pat. If you need to learn more about how to tell your product and business story, Hillary can show you how. And then what's most important is you've got to walk side by side with your brand new franchisee for that first 40 days. Be in contact with them all the time. I find Voxer is a wonderful way of doing that, because it means that you can contact them at any time of day. They can contact you at any time of day, and it's a really quick conversation. You can SMS if you really want. You can use Facebook Messenger. That's also another really quick, but be in contact with them regularly. The less contact you have, the less they're going to move forward, because let's face it, guys, you're not born with the skills in this business. You have to learn them. It's just like just starting a new job. I mean, I know when I first started my job at the hospital, we had a week of induction where we sat and listened to lectures and wandered around the hospitals and did orientation and learned how to put cannulas in and learn how to take blood. And, you know, this is the same thing. You've got to give them the skills, and you've got to walk side by side with them for the first 40 days. And then connect them to the community. You know, we've got Facebook groups now. We've got pages. We've got company websites. We've got upline, downline, sideline. You've got events coming out of our ears. Make sure that your franchisees know that they're connected to the company, to their support team, and to their colleagues. That's really, really important. In the old days, we used to actually pick up the phone and ring Peter Glennie and ring Jenny and ring Lindy and say, hi, I'd really like you to introduce you to my brand new franchisee. A little bit hard to do that now, but you know what? Jenny Cooper, if you send her an email and say, I'd like to introduce your Lindy or Celine, they'll send something back. So why not? Why not make your brand new franchisee feel like they're part of the community from the outset? And finally, one of the most important things that we're learning about now is the importance of personal development. So introduce them to the tools. Every single one of my brand new franchisees now gets a copy of the 4-year career, and it's one of their first tasks that I give them. They must read it. It takes 40 minutes. Not very hard at all. Give them a copy of GoPro if you're wanting them to learn about the industry. Get them in touch with the MLM Nation podcasts, with Network Marketing Heroes. Introduce them to things like Complete Life Transformation, How to Play It Up, whatever tools you find to really help build their belief in self, build their belief in industry, and also the company. And of course, one of the very first things that you're going to have them doing is signing their application to attend the next conference, because when someone is committing to going to the big events, you know they're serious about the business, and that's someone you want to work with. Now, I do have a checklist, guys, a 10-point plan of how to start a VF the right way. That is actually also in the files section of Hunters and Gatherers. It's there for you to use. Adapt it however you like. Make it into a tick box if you want. I will be refining it over the next couple of weeks as we start to develop our automated onboarding system for franchisees. But, you know, use this to tick box. I know we've got a company produced rocket tracking sheet that you can use as well. That's just as good. It helps people walk through the system. But have a system that you are comfortable with in introducing a brand new franchisee, so that they know that you're going to walk side by side with them in helping them to achieve their dreams. Because at the end of the day, we're dream keepers, right? That's what we do. All right. 8:19. I'm down to my last 10 minutes. This is going good. Has anyone got any questions? No, can't fit a word in when I'm talking. All right. The last, possibly the most important thing that I want to draw your attention to is the customer portal. Now, I asked everybody before if they've started accessing or utilizing the customer portal, and I don't think anyone put up their hands. Okay. So this was actually introduced at St. Louis conference last year, that it would be being rolled out in 2017. And it has actually been rolled out globally. In fact, we've had access to this, embarrassingly, since the end of February. And I only just found out about it yesterday. So I'm as guilty as charged as everybody else. But what we now have access to is the opportunity for our customers to have access to their own account and can monitor and change their account as they wish. Now, it was interesting because somebody said to me the other day, oh my God, that means that everyone's going to go in and cancel their orders. No. What it does is it gives customers that sense of security that they are in control of their order. Now, I'm actually an Arbonne customer. One of my dear friends is an Arbonne franchisee, and so I bought some product off her. And one of the most satisfying things for me was when I got my email that said, hi, your customer number is this, and here's your access portal, and you can go in and order products and change orders whenever you like. And it was one of those really amazing, freeing, kind of fantastic customer service things that I really liked. And then I realized we have exactly the same thing. We just have to set it up for our customers. So there is a video that I have now placed on Hunters and Gatherers that I placed there yesterday. It's a 15-minute video. I highly encourage you all to go and watch it. But the simple concept is this. Every one of you has your own Juice Plus website. Mine is www.tamarahunter.juiceplus.com.au. When you go in, and I'd suggest maybe if you can do it now, if you go into your own website, you will find it on the top section where the little icons, you know, the little cart and the little world and the little magnifying glass are. There's a little icon there that looks like a person. So it's got a circle and then an upside down arch. That's the person. That's the customer portal. Your client, all they need to do is click on that customer portal, and then what they do is when they click into that, they'll get taken to a login customer portal page. Now, if they've not already registered, they need to register. So here is your opportunity to contact all of your customers and say, guess what? We've got this brand new customer portal system designed just for you to help you monitor and manage your account. On that page, you'll see a number of green bars, which enables them to create their account in any way. They can create the account through Facebook, Google, Twitter, or even just with their email. Here's the amazing thing. If you've done the right thing by your customer and you entered their email when you entered their order, they can go and set this up themselves, because their email will immediately put them together with their registration. I think that's amazing. So I did it last night for myself because I'm my own preferred customer and I couldn't find myself. So I then had to go back through the virtual office and find my order. And you know what? There was no email address there. I'd never entered my email address for my order 18 years ago. So because of that, I couldn't find myself. So it's really important that A, you enter the email, B, you enter it correctly. And please, if you've put your order in on a piece of paper where you've handwritten it, please go in and check your customer's address and email details are written correctly, because occasionally I find spelling is incorrect. If the spelling's incorrect, then they're not getting any emails. So it enables them to sign in, create your own Juice Plus account. They can register with their email. A registration email then gets sent to their personal email. They just approve or activate the account and bang, they can have access to their details. So I signed in last night. It then takes me to a page which shows me my account. It shows me my current orders. So if I've got, say, a children's health study order and then a separate complete order, it'll show me that I've got 2 orders. It'll show me when I first got the product ordered, and it will give me the opportunity to bring that order forward, to delay it, to cancel it, to change credit card details, to change postal details, and heaps more. As soon as any of those details are changed, it could be mobile numbers, it could be email addresses, it could be shipping details, you as the franchisee will receive a message from head office. Jane Smith has changed the delivery details of her order to this new address. And again, that gives you the opportunity to pick up the phone and say to your customer, hey, I just seen that you moved house. Fantastic. Maybe send them a little housewarming gift in the post. Or perhaps they might push back their order by a month. So you sort of get on the phone and say, hey, just seen that you push back your order. Are you having any problems? So it's a really, I think, a fantastic tool to really create that conversation and that relationship between you and your customer. And I certainly know, as a customer in a similar system, it's been a really fantastic thing to know that I'm in control of my order. Now, if they have previously cancelled a Juice Plus order, they can go in and reactivate that order because they're already registered in the system. The only thing that they will not be able to reactivate is if it was a children's health study order. They can obviously get the product again, but they will not be able to reactivate the children's health study component of the order, as one of my customers found out recently. So I would suggest, if you're all preferred customers of your own, like you're all your own preferred customer, go in and set up your own account so you can see, perhaps play around with it, push back your order by a week or pull it forward a week and see what sort of communication you're getting on email from head office. But I think it's a fantastic service. I'm really excited to be able to get in contact with all of my customers and say, hey, we've got this amazing new service. I'd really love to have you register for that and see. Some customers may be perfectly happy with the status quo. They may not be internet savvy people and they may be really happy with just getting your SMS once a month to say, how are you going on your JP? Or are you ready for your next box? But some customers would like the option to be able to manage their orders. Now, this is a global initiative. So for those of you who are not based here in Australia, you should be able to get the same thing. Zoo, I have just emailed Dexter to see if it has been activated there, but anywhere where there's a little icon on the your own personalized website means that you'll be able to manage orders. And it should also work that you can manage orders internationally as well. So for example, you'll see on the video that Celine shows us that she's got an order under her mum over in Ireland. And so even though she's paying for it here in Australia using an Australian credit card, it is actually an Irish order distributed out of wherever the head office is in Ireland. Where is the link in your virtual office? What do you mean, Liv? Which link? The link for the little customer portal? Is that what you mean? No, it's in your personalized website. So, for example, mine is tamarahunter.juiceplus.com.au. They can even register through the generic website. So you can just send them to juiceplus.com.au. They will still find that little icon up in the top right corner next to the world symbol, and they can just register through a generic website as well. Because what the global Big Daddy computer does is it links the email or the Facebook page or the Twitter account or whatever they register through with their order. And then within 24 hours, it'll show up on the system. Cool, you found it. Anyone else have any questions about that? No. Good. 8:28. So we managed to bang through 3 topics in half an hour. Fantastic. So thanks so much, guys, for hopping on tonight. I want to remind you, next Monday night will be the call with Julie Herbst. So we're now the 29th of May. We have 2 more days till the end of month. So, if you really want to be on that call, if you really want to hear about how Julie has made it to the top, how she's won a Founders Award, how she's been part of the concept of the healthy living revolution and has also been the key instigator of mission-driven model, if you want to learn from a woman who has inspired thousands upon thousands of women around the world, and if you want to hear from just a really beautiful heart, then do everything that you can over the next 40 hours to get those 3 orders in. Stretch yourself. Reach out to those people on your chicken list and ask them for that end of month order that you know that you need that you're needing to place. Throw in a few complete sachets to get people. That's it, Jess. #hustle. Because you don't want to miss out on this call. And more importantly, even more importantly, guys, I want to give you a heads up that there is a very important gentleman who will be on our call for June. His initials are JR. He is the biggest money earner in the Juice Plus company globally. And he is going to be on one of our Monday night calls. So if you want to be on that call, then here's what you're going to have to do. 1,000 PVC yourself. 3 to 5 orders in June. Oh my God, if you can't do 3 to 5 orders in June, you need to have a serious look at yourself. That's the first way. The second way that you're going to be able to qualify for that call is if you sponsor a brand new franchisee in June and get them to their 1,000 points. So DVF, then you, yeah, Liv's already working the system. Then you will qualify to be on that call. There are no gifts. All right. There are no excuses. I don't care if you have to do this from your hospital bed. 3 to 5. You've been given now plenty of notice. Figure out who's going to be sitting next to you on the plane on the way to the Gold Coast. Which coffee shop you're going to work on the Gold Coast. Who you're going to work in the Qantas Club on the way back to Perth. Do everything that you can to be on that call, which will be, I believe, the 3rd of July, because you don't want to miss hearing from the amazing JR. So guys, I think we've hit 8:30. I know there's another call to get onto. Thank you so much for being on the call. Really appreciate it. Hopefully that you've learnt some great stuff. And as I said, most of those documents are in the file section of Hunters and Gatherers. Have a beautiful night. Thanks for being on the call, guys. See you later.